What's up, YouTubers and YouTubettes? So, the other day I was using this Decker and Black drill and broke it, the piece of crap it is. And, so anyways, I decided I'd take it apart since I never had taken a drill apart before. And so these were initially together as one piece, and I cut them apart. And so what I'm gonna do, I decided, is, let's get rid of that, I'm gonna make this into a chuck so that way I can have drill bits on an impact driver. And so I'm going to weld this guy onto here, but I still need to grind this down a little bit so that way it will fit in the end of that bit. And the reason why I want that in there is so you can see right there it's got a straight slot in there, and so that is a bit selector depth, so that way you can just loosen that out and it'll hold smaller things shallower or bigger things deeper, whichever you prefer to do. And I'm sorry that I haven't posted more videos lately, so I messed up my leg pretty good, and I'll show you what I did. Basically, long story short, is I was out at my buddy's wedding, which, congrats Matt and Mel for getting married. And so me and my girlfriend stayed extra day to do some rock hunting, and this is what I happened to do. And today being 10 days later, so what happened was, out where we were at, there's this road that I wouldn't drive my truck up, but my buddies were driving their truck up it. But me and my girlfriend stayed a day later to do some more rock hunting. And so there was 2 logs on the road that I was like, hell, I'll just be a nice guy and throw these logs off the road. And so I threw the first one off, which was like maybe 150 pounds, no big deal. Go up to the next one, it's like maybe 250 pounds, like 30 foot long. And so I lifted up one end and I got it over to the side of the road, and I went to throw it, and when it landed, it came down on another branch about that big around, and it jumped up and just went right into my leg. And so I instantly screamed at my girlfriend, "We gotta go to the hospital." And so I run down to my truck, which is like 80 yards away or so, and by the time I get down there, my shoe is just full of blood. And so I'm like, oh fuck, what did I do? And so I lifted up my skin flap, and it was about that deep, all the way to the bone. And so then when my girlfriend got there, right here on my shoe, I had a whole bunch of coagulated blood, and I just went like that and flipped it off. It was pretty gnarly. And so I ended up taking blue shop towels, and I wrapped them up, and then I put electrical tape on that, and I changed my socks and my shoes, and then put on new socks and shoes, and I stuffed my sock with some blue shop towels, and then I wrapped all that again with some masking tape that I had, and then we went back out and rock hounded for 3 or 4 more hours before we left, because I didn't want to leave without getting my trophy rock, which I'll show you what I got. And these are them. And so I dug this out of rhyolite, and you can see that this one's pretty nice. And then these ones, you can see they come together, and this was a seam of crystal. It's just very, very beautiful. And I told my girlfriend where to go look for it, and she ended up finding the seam. And but then I came down and got it out, and she's got the bigger piece, but she's got one that's maybe like this all doubled as a solid piece. But this is what I got, which is pretty cool looking. I can't really explain that box with the lines in it, how that's made, or there's a whole bunch of stuff in here that's anomaly to my brain. But anyways, let's get back to my original project. Now, what I'm going to do is, again, I'll reiterate. So this had to be cut off of here, and then I wanted the innards right there to be saved, which they will just unscrew out and screw back in. And so when I weld it, I'm going to weld this to this inner piece, definitely not this outer one, because the outer one has to be able to free spin. And then I'm going to weld it into that cup once it'll fit in that cup. And so once this will fit in that cup, I'll be back. Alright, so I've put a little super glue in between these two to hold them together. And you can see I got them pretty good. So I'm going to let the super glue solidify up the rest of the way. And then I'm going to go ahead and tack them together. Alright, finally got it put together. So you can see how this works here. Impossible to do with one hand. But you see, it just unchucks just like a normal drill. So that way it goes into my impact hammer. Now I'm going to go drill a hole. Alright, perfect. Till next time, guys.